Peace, family. For this video here, I'm gonna show you just how badly we losing in this civil rights race. Let's take McDonald's for example. Let's say McDonald's want to invest in the machine to eliminate a job from some kid that's pouring pop. We're gonna put whatever figure you reasonably want to put in this space here. This is what McDonald's is going to invest into a machine just to pour pop. You say the average cost of an employee at McDonald's is $10 an hour. McDonald's is open. Most of them is open 24 hours. Well, some open 24 hours, but at least 16 hours a day, 365 days a year. So if you take $10 per hour, 16 hours a day, 365 days a year, and you multiply that by 5 years, they invented this machine to eliminate a kid from pouring pop. I used $20 million for this number here. What I want you to do when you get through watching this video, put whatever figure you came up with when you did this math, $10 per hour, 16 hours a day, 365 days a year, times 5 years, and put it in the comments. Let me know you did your homework and see what you come up with and see if it justifies the $20 million that I put there. Now, me, myself, I deliver paint to different automotive companies and stuff like that. And I don't just drive there and deliver and go. I ask questions. And what I learned is these car companies, they make between $300 to $400, 300 to 400 cars per 8-hour shift. I looked it up. The average cost of a luxury vehicle is like $36,000 a year. These cars, this is what the Honda guy told me in Lincoln, Alabama. These cars are not made until they're paid for. So they're making 300 to 400 cars a day. And for the luxury models, they're making almost $36,000 a car. That's $9 to $12 million every day that these car companies are making. And like I said, this is not just with Honda, it's with Kia, General Motors. All of them are within the 300 to 400 cars per 8-hour shift. When I was in Hyundai at Montgomery, Alabama, a couple of weeks ago when I was there, I found out that they had 5 employees suing for fair wages and promotions. Now, it's like 3,500 people that work at the Hyundai plant. Let's say the 5 people get what they want in a lawsuit. Nobody else is, that's just 5 people out of 2,500 Negroes that work there. And keep in mind, I think Hyundai is owned by the Koreans. They're 6% of the U.S. population. Blacks are like 12 to 15% of the population. And look what they got. They got a whole automotive plant. And this plant is almost a mile in diameter. But see, Hyundai is in a right-to-work state, Alabama, which means they can fire the employees at will. This is what they use to keep the employees in line. This is why they won't form a union or do any major protests, because they know they can just close up shop anytime they want to, because it's a right to work state, and they're trying to bring this nonsense here to Michigan. But what I did know is Hyundai is also huge in the shipping department. This is what a worker was there telling me. And he was telling me that the money they make in shipping ain't nothing compared to what they make building the cars. He said they don't care nothing about these cars. Their money is in shipping, which is not true. That's the same scare tactics, or the same tactics they use to divide blacks in Africa. They tell the Africans that American blacks don't like and respect them. They tell the American blacks that the Africans don't like and respect them. That keeps us at odds and fighting each other. They're telling the Negroes in Hyundai plant the money we making here ain't nothing compared to the shipping. And then they're telling the people in shipping the money we make here ain't nothing compared to the manufacturing. That's to keep them from linking up, hooking up, communicating. That puts a divide between them. You better believe these people in Hyundai, Alabama, they ain't just woke up out their good sound sleep and decided to pay these Negroes $70,000, $80,000 a year just because they felt like it. These jobs are important to them. This money's important to them. But the thing is, having the shipping yard helps them control their costs. You're making 300 to 400 cars a day, and you're shipping these cars. It emboldens you to have your own shipping so you can control your costs. If they put these cars on a German ship, they're gonna have to pay German wages. So the money they will save over time, just like we did for this McDonald's over the 5 years, when you look at the 5-year cost of what it would take to build your own shipping line, to ship your own product and save that compared to paying somebody else, it benefits you to have your own shipping yard. This is what we don't do. We don't invest in ourselves. But let's say we did. Let's say we ignored the boogeyman, we ignored the fears, and did for ourselves. If whatever it costs for blacks to get one automotive manufacturing company that we can name and brand ourselves, we can get one that would employ 3,500 black people using the same criteria that all the other automotive companies use. $80,000 a year could be an average salary for our employees. If we can make 300 to 400 cars a day and sell them, it'll take $280 million to pay 35,000 people $80,000 a year. If we can make and sell, make and sell our cars at, let's say, $30,000 a vehicle, which is $6,000 less than the average cost, we can make $3,060 million a year, and that's our money, that's our ownership, that's our control. That's nothing nobody can take away from us. I mean, I don't see why we don't do this. And then out of the 3,500 employees that we have there, what are they going to buy? They're going to buy homes. Some of them may buy a secondary business. But then this opened up, because if you're making a job, if you got a job that's paying you $80,000 a year, you're going to start buying other things. You're just going to buy a house and that's it. You're going to buy furniture. You're going to buy computers, cameras, cell phones, tables, chairs, silverware. This opens up opportunities for us to build other businesses to corner that market as well. So whatever the cost it would take for black people to get their hands on one automotive plant and build this so we can employ 3,500 of our people. There's 50 million blacks in this country. Half of them, 50%, is economic empowered to buy a vehicle. That's 2.5 million people. It would take us years to sell a vehicle to those people, and let alone everybody else, because we be selling our vehicles $30,000 on average as opposed to $36,000. The economic possibilities is endless. So I'm gonna ask you, whatever it costs, is it worth the investment to have ownership and control, to have something that nobody can take away from you, that so you can have a job, a position that you know, as long as the black people on this planet servicing your own needs, nobody can take this job away from you, as opposed to working for somebody who you know is diabolically opposed to you, who can walk in there and fire you at any time. You can own it, you can control it, and you can control not only your life, but the destiny of your kids, everything else. I mean, whatever the cost it is, it's worth the investment to me. So I'm gonna end this video here. And if you like this message, please share it. And if you like this pressure that I put on our oppressor, put a little pressure on that like and subscribe button. And I'll see you in my next video. Ashe.